Good job today, man. One at a time, and we'll get the job done. Y'all know what to say. On three. 1, 2, 3.
And the home of the Jets.
Good evening, everybody. February 16th. The weather is changing. We're not in the tundra conditions. It is now getting a little warmer. The sun is coming out. Life is good, Afram. How are you doing, man?
Good. Finally could go out and not bundle up with 10 layers of clothes. It's nice out. Hi, Armand.
So now, tomorrow is a very, very important day. February 17th. Do you know why that is, Afram?
It's the time you have to tag any players you want.
That is absolutely incorrect. Tomorrow, Shinedown announces their new album and their tour dates. Very important date. Now
I missed that memo.
Because now they don't go to football games anymore because the Jets are irrelevant. I spend all my money on concert tickets. So I'm very excited about tomorrow. But
Hey.
you are right. You are right, though.
Better than jet tickets. At least you're getting something out of your money with the concert.
Always a good time. Yep. Shinedown at Prudential Center. I will be there. I'll probably go there. Maybe Philly and Connecticut. I don't know. Probably could be all three.
So if they do what is it? The Prudential Center.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for that state. They don't go anywhere else.
Usually they do. They'll do one per state unless the state's really big. So they'll hit like Jersey, Philly. They'll go to Connecticut. Yeah.
What about New York? Would they go to Madison Square Garden?
They did the Garden last year. Sometimes they'll go to the Garden. They go Barclays Center. They change it up. You know, like every other year they go to places. But they finally got to the point they're big enough to play arenas. They were always doing small venues. Now they're doing arenas. Like for them, the Garden last year was like the jackpot, like a dream come true. So it was cool.
No, I'm saying because they're close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can just take the train there. You're right in Penn Station.
Perfect.
So
take a train to Prudential Center too. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just that proximity. Why would would they have it at Madison Square Garden one day and then go to the Prudential the next day, type of thing, or would they just stay within that vicinity and then move down to Philly, let's say?
But tomorrow is very true. Is the day where teams are now eligible to tag players, and the player that comes up to the first and foremost is our good friend Breece Hall, which makes this very, very interesting depending on how you value Breece, how the Jets value Breece. Does Breece want to stay here? How you want to allocate the money for a running back? There's a lot of different levels to this, Afram, and and I think it divides the fan base in certain aspects as well.
Yeah. Well, you got two choices. Well, really three choices. You could sign them and trade them. Franchise is $14.5 million.
Yep.
What's the other one?
Transition tag
is $11.5. So you're talking $2.5 million, a $3 million difference. But you don't get any compensation on the transition.
Just the right. Well, let's go through the whole thing here. So
yeah,
Breece Hall is 25 years old. As a Jet, we've seen some very good. His rookie year looked amazing. Unfortunately, he got hurt. We see some good. We've seen some great. We've seen mediocre. We've seen inconsistent. We've seen lots of losing. We've seen some of the unhappiness on his side. So as a player, well, first off, you're hoping last year at the trade deadline, they actually talked to Breece. You can make a really good argument. I think we did that. You could have traded him last year at the trade deadline. The season was a wash. He wanted out. A change of scenery could have been better. But the story was that they didn't get exactly what they wanted, the compensation they wanted. Okay, so you have that conversation and listen, do you want to come back? How much money do you want? Are you even happy here? If he says, yes, I want to come back and I'm happy here, then you don't trade him, I guess, right? Is that what you're thinking last year?
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he does want to stay here,
But if he told them last year, listen, I want out, like I'm gonna search the
then goodbye.
Should have been last year.
Yeah.
So you go past the trade deadline. And the one thing that bothers me, and it's like, well, Braylon Allen was hurt. They didn't have anybody else. They were tanking anyway. They blew it with Quincy Williams as well. They knew Quincy Williams wasn't coming back this year. They should have traded him. Like the perception of tanking, we all knew they sucked and they were tanking.
Were they, even if they weren't tanking, were they winning any more games?
Nope.
Exactly. So it's not like you straighten things out last minute. You know, you had a lot of problems. You weren't winning, and it wasn't going your way. You won a couple of games against some teams that were you just got lucky, and and they gave you the game.
And special teams play.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have Breece, who's 25 years old. He has, in the eyes of some, all-pro potential, but you can say he's a good to maybe above average running back, which is fair. To me, right now is if the Jets can offer him any contract they want. He's not going to take it. He's going to say, "I want to test free agency. I want to see what I can get elsewhere, like Kansas City, wherever else." So now the Jets are coming to the point where if we let him test free agency, he's probably not coming back. So our options are franchise tag him, which would be $14 million, which is a hell of a lot of money for one player, and get a deal done. Or you could try to trade him on the franchise tag or the transition tag, like you mentioned, where it's like, all right, you get the chance to match an offer. So it makes you look good. Like, listen, we want a chance to bring you back, but if the offer is too much, you can go.
Yeah. I mean, Spot Track has him at 10.3 as value right now.
Yeah.
So it's below the transition tag amount.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, the problem you have with Breece is what is the comparison you give him to another running back? Do you give him what James Cook got? Was it 4 years, $48 million, $30 million guaranteed? Like, is he that kind of player? Like, so it's like, all right, he probably wants, because the argument for Breece is going to be like, listen, I was grossly underutilized with the Jets. They didn't use me right, and that's true because the coordinators are absolutely awful. The quarterback play, minus Rodgers being whatever, was terrible. So he's dealt with a lot of bad issues where he said, listen, I'm a lot better than this. I'm just in a really bad situation. Pay me for what we all know I'm worth. You can do that, or you could say, listen, man, you have to show us. Like how do you evaluate what Breece Hall is? Is he a $14 million a year player?
No, I give him a amount that I would say what's on the average of this 10 million, and then the rest incentive laden. Show me stuff.
And he won't take it. He's not taking any deal from us, dude. So the question is, are you comfortable? And I guess the most important thing is, does he even want to be here? Where you can make
that's
the biggest
thing.
You can make a case he wants. It's like if he goes up to Muji today and says, "Listen, man, you guys can tag me. I don't want to be here. I'm going to hold out. I don't want to be here. I'm not going to sign the extension. I'm going to demand the trade." Do you even want to go through all that? And is the team going to want to even make that trade? Like, is somebody going to want to trade for Breece on a franchise tag? Do you think that he's that good of a player?
No, I don't think so. I don't know who's hungry enough to want him at this point. He's not the only guy. He's not the only running back available.
The free agent class, you have a lot of good names in there. They're not the same level of Breece, but it's like, what is his value? Like, is he a top 5 running back in the NFL? Do we think he's that?
Some say.
Do you say?
But I think he hasn't proven it. I mean, he hasn't had the opportunity, but he still hasn't proven it. We've seen him We've seen him instances where he looked great, and then instances where he looked like he took off a little bit. Yep. There was no hard nose. I'm going to give it 100% every time either.
Well, I think, and you can make a case that when Harrison Phillips talked about that same old Jets mindset in the locker room, where when things started going south, they all kind of went with that sour mood. I thought of Breece Hall immediately, and I don't hate on Breece, but the way he handles himself with social media and things he does, you can kind of tell like he could have not say part of the problem, but he wasn't part of the answer of turning this around. Like, no, I'm tired of losing. Let's turn this shit around. Lead by example. It wasn't. He was kind of going with the flow. Like, well, here we go again.
Yeah. What's interesting is like I've watched a lot of content creators, and everyone is in the same thing. When he said that about the locker room, everyone pointed to Breece.
Yep.
And that's telling when other people see it, because if he was constantly on X, tweeting, putting faces on there, this, and then you're taking them off. What are you telling anybody? People not stupid.
So then, do you see a world where if the Jets tag him for 1 year, $14 million, they can't get another deal done? Then it's like, all right, do you want to deal with that drama all this year? Because then you're tag him again next year? You don't want to deal with that. He's going to be unhappy. He's like, is it a distraction? And the more important thing is, like we talked about cap before this. It's like it's $14 million of cap space. That could literally be 2 players.
Yes.
You know, and again, if Breece leaves, you got to replace him. You have Brown out, hopefully coming back off injury, great, and go get him. But it's like that's a lot of money to allocate to the running back position with a team that has so many goddamn needs. Like you think about it, you want to get wide receiver 2. You need safety. You need all these different help, and it's like, all right, let's have all this money allocated to running back. Probably not the right way to build your team.
No, and I think they know that. But at this point, either Kansas City called their bluff and said, "I'm not giving you a 3," and they didn't budge, and so it may end up turning on that basically. I'm not signing you. Let him go to free agency. You're not going to get nothing for him, and that's going to be a bad mark on them.
Well, that's my other thing. The Jets, I think, right now, by not trading the trade deadline, if they let him walk for absolutely nothing, they look stupid as hell, and they're going to fear the backlash of the fans and me. Like, what are these guys doing? Who's running the show? So I think at a minimum, they'll probably use a transition tag just to kind of say, listen, we want a chance to we love Breece. We want to give a chance to test the market. We want a chance to bring him back. And then once he gets a crazy offer, they're like, well, we can't match that. And away he goes. And you get no compensation anyway.
Let's say he truly wants to be back. He buys in. How much are you giving him? How long?
Man, it's tough. I respect the player that Breece is, but I just don't think he wants to be here. Like, to me, like I saw the one thing in the chat up here before.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, let's come to the let's play this game.
James Cook money. Give him $12 million a year.
Well, yeah, the 36, 3 for 36.
I mean, he's a top running back. I just don't think he's the best in football. And the thing is, we don't know what we're getting out of him. Like, so you could say when you saw like poor play, it was like, oh, he's been playing hurt. Okay. The drop passes, the fumbles, all this stuff. Oh, he's been hurt. He's this. It's always something. Okay, fine. But then, okay, we're going to pay you as a $12 million a year player. Are you going to give us that for the next 3 years? I'm hoping so. But if this season starts off rough again, you can mail it in, be like, I want out of here. You draft a kid. Like, again, I love Jeremiah Love. I'm probably one of his biggest fans from Notre Dame. You're not going to take him at 2. He's not going to be there at 16. But if the Jets traded back from 2 to say 6 or 7 and took Jeremiah Love, okay with me. I don't care. One of the best players in the draft. But Breece is great. But to say he's irreplaceable, I'm not so sure about that, dude. I think it'd be more of a committee where you have to use Brown out, hopefully healthy, Isaiah Davis. You draft a kid, or look at all the free agents that are out there. You have Rico Dowdle and Isaiah Pacheco and Algier and all these different guys.
So you would take Love at 6-7?
They traded back. The Jets traded back.
Forget about trading back.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
What if they use one of their ones from next year and trade for that spot?
If they trade up for 16 to get him, I wouldn't hate it.
No. 2027 number 1. And would you just one of them out of the 3?
That's a tough one. I like Love a lot, dude. I think he's a game-changing running back.
Are you going to find someone like him in 2027?
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. But that's the kind of player where it's like you see it's like a game-breaking dynamic talent. Culture guy, leader, can catch the ball, can run the ball, can take it to the house at any he is that good of a player.
So why not just use one of those?
I wouldn't hate it. I'm telling you, if they traded back, I have no problem doing it at all. Don't care. Because to me, it's about I understand, like, well, you got to get defense, you need pass rush, you need listen. I know we also need elite playmakers on offense. Because if you want to bring in a young quarterback, Ty Simpson, whoever it is, you want a stockpile of talent all around him to make life easier. Look at Jahmyr Gibbs, the impact he had with Detroit. Look at all the running backs are having a big impact with these teams.
As I said, besides getting good, you need game changes. You need that one guy who can change 100%. The game out of a single play.
Yep.
We thought we had that with Breece, when he broke open big plays. We need another guy like that. We need that. We need that guy that comes in and changes the whole, swings the game around to our momentum to us. That's what we need. We can get great players, but you need those game changers, those guys that come out of nowhere and make that one play that changes things around.
And that's what the Jets have lacked forever. That's the whole thing. It's like, especially now when you look at it, like you want to build around a young quarterback. How do you do that? You establish a good physical offensive line and get the running game going. So whether that is that if you want to make Breece Hall the running back that you can put and that's one thing with Frank Reich, dude. He's going to run the football. He's not going to be bashful about it. So that could be an opportunity for Breece. Then it's like, can Breece handle the wear and tear of it? And does he want to be here? And then if you tag him, can you get a deal with him done? Or are his demands absolutely ridiculous, which we don't know?
No, we don't. And we also got to rely on Allen's health. Is he back to 100%?
That's another good question.
Yeah, you know.
But then you figure he's like your wrecking ball. Isaiah
Right.
Davis is like your Swiss Army knife. So Breece can be like the feature guy. But I don't know, man. A part of me, like I just hate saying this. I like the player a lot. I do. I think we all, when he first came here, I think we all believed in him.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like the way it's been the last year and a half with just his.
There's no trust. There's no trust in him right
and
now.
it's just like we're trying so hard to change this culture, which Aaron Glenn was terrible at doing it. But a lot of it is the locker room. It's the guys in the locker room policing themselves and being the leader that everybody else can follow. Harrison Phillips has been here less than a year and has been more of a vocal leader than half this team's been that's been here for 4 years. Like, you need guys like that. We're losing. Like, remember Jarvis Brownlee when he first came here? He was playing tenacious, physical. Like, you could tell he hated losing. You know, AZ Thomas, you're seeing these young guys that's who you want in your locker room. Guys, Membu, look at what Membu, the way he was playing. He was getting fed up with nonsense. You need more guys like that than guys like, woe is me, I don't want to be here, I'm tired of losing. And I kind of have a feeling that Breece is that guy right now. He could prove, maybe you pay me, changes his mind. I don't know, but do you see that happen?
Right now, it's not showing that. Right now, we don't have that feeling that he wants to be back.
Nope.
Right? There's nothing, no indicators out there from what any of these analysts say. There's no indicators that they all think he's not gonna be back.
Yep. And
they're out there interviewing everyone, talking to their contacts. They just don't seem to feel confident that he's going to be back.
Yeah, and then the thing is, say they tag him tomorrow. They may let it slow play for a little bit. You know he's gonna be commenting on that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just I don't know how you like. I had no problem moving on from him, but I have a funny feeling that this staff, out of fear of fan backlash and media ridicule, won't do it. I just don't think they will. Like, they're like, oh, because Aaron Glenn kept saying we got to keep our best players. We got to do this. We got to do that. Okay. Well, if that was the case, you should have got a deal done last year, but you didn't, right?
No. Sometimes you're just going to have to take the heat if you want to move on and do how you want to plan this. So, not every decision is 100%, great.
Yeah, because you think about it. So you say if you franchise tag him, he's here. Then you try to get a deal done with him. Hope you can find an arrangement. If he doesn't want to be here, and say I'm going to hold out, or I'm going to be a distraction, and then you got to hope you get a good trade partner there. Okay, right? That's the first thing. Transition tag, he's probably going to be gone, or you don't do anything and he's going to be gone. I think 2 to 3 scenarios he's not going to be here.
Yeah. And the only thing you can do is figure a way to get Love in the draft, and everyone will forget about it.
Or you can even like the other guys. There's other good running backs in the draft.
Yeah, there are.
There's also free agents you can go for too. Like there's things you can do, but it's just like this is the move that's going to get all the attention over the next 2 weeks. What are the Jets done? What's Breece doing? What's the contract negotiations? And then it's going to be fascinating, man, because I don't think there's an answer that everybody's going to agree upon.
No. It's everything changed the minute they didn't take the deal from Kansas City.
Yeah.
Because you weren't getting any compensation after that.
Nope.
So.
Yeah, I don't. And if the Jets could redo the deal for a 4th round, I think they would too. But that's why they should have been done at the trade deadline. Like, this is a conversation the Jets should have had 3 or 4 months ago. The same thing with Quincy Williams. All these guys you had those questions, they could have been gone. They should have been gone. And now you got to play this game. And I don't know that if you're a team that's going to be trading for Breece Hall and it's known he doesn't want to be here, are you going to offer max compensation for him? Like, no, you've got him tagged at $14 million. It's a big hit on your cap. We're going to offer you a 4th round pick. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. There's nothing, everyone knows what's the situation. Yeah, here's my 4th.
Yep.
That's not good enough. Then you deal with afterwards. Either you're going to sign him or you're going to let him go. And then I'll come after him in free agency. And you get nothing in return.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how this plays out. I don't part of you want him to stay and be great here. But you just have that fear that's not going to actually happen for a variety of reasons,
Well, 2 weeks starting tomorrow. We'll find out what they want to do. Either they sign him or they announce they signed them and he's happy to be here and blah, 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 or they just don't say anything and they'll throw the transition tag on him and let him hit the market and see what he gets. And that's another thing. He hits the market. They can, if they match it, I think he stays with the Jets, right? He has to stay with the Jets.
He had the right to match.
Right.
But you can, but I mean, teams aren't stupid, dude. You can construct a contract in a way where you don't want to match, like that kind of poison pill thing, where it's like, listen, we know they can't match us, or they're not going to want to front load it, or whatever else to prevent. Like that's what I'm saying. Once you do that, he's pretty much it's a foregone conclusion. He's going to be gone.
It is what it is sometimes.
Yeah, it's just a mishandling of it's just, and the other thing too, it's the importance of the position too, and that's something I kind of want to talk to you about too. It's where it's okay. The running back position is really, really important, but so is getting a second wide receiver. You need a safety. You need linebackers. You're going to need a guard. You're going to need all kinds. You need a quarterback, probably two. There's so much. There's almost so much money to go around. Do you want to put that much money in the running back position?
The thing is, they're gonna go after him and say, "You guys, your whole thing was to run, pound, ground and pound." You mentioned that all the time. That was your plan. And the one guy that you had that could do it, you let him go. You know how they're gonna spin it.
No, it's bullshit though, because you could say, okay, listen, but the thing is, if you're a smart, intelligent organization, which I don't know what that is with the Jets, we can never say that about them, is you have a backup plan for Breece. Okay, listen, we knew this was going to happen. Our pivot is we're going to go get Isaiah Pacheco, or that $14 million you can get. That's not my thing over. You can get, say, Pacheco, ATN, Dowdle, and spend money on bringing John Simpson back, or bringing AVT back. Like you can always get a 2-for-1 deal. But if you have a smart pivot play where you're not blindsided by this, you could be all right. It's like Breece Hall. If he's here this year, the Jets are going to suck. If he's not here this year, the Jets are going to suck. It's not. Right. It's not really a big changer for me. No. Yeah, I agree 100%. But if they do like you just said, they'll get a lesser hit on the cap and get a decent running back who can produce, and you can now sign another position that you need, that you have to fill, like you said, Simpson, if he decides to stay, if you could keep him, and get another guy. Positions, you need safeties, like you said, corner, a backup corner. You need defensive linemen. You need linebackers.
Yeah, you need linebackers. That's right.
Defensive tackle. But that's like the Jets aren't one player away, man. They're just not. So it's like, oh, we have to do this. Breece isn't saving us this year. Probably not next year either. It's like a good player can help you win games, but you know what? If you effectively use 3 running backs instead of featuring him, you can find ways to run the football and get results. Yeah. There's ways to get around it. You
solidify that line or get better players or the extra guy that anybody can run into that, Yep. So we'll find out. You think they do something this week or wait the last minute?
Well, I mean, I think the Jets aren't getting a deal done with him. They're not, because his stance is going to be, I want to test free agency. So if you're not getting a deal done, you're tagging him and just say, listen, let's cut to the chase. If you want Breece Hall, you got to trade for him. And that's where it starts.
And they will say, well, we tried to keep him. We transitioned him. And the contract is out of our, we have a lot of players. Yep. But we tried.
That's going to be it. I mean, it's going to be all just coach speak. And I guess they're all going to meet the media this week at the Combine. Muji and Glenn both meet the media. So that'd be interesting to see how they handle it. And they're probably going to say, we want to keep our own good players. Okay. Then you got to tag them then, because you're not getting a deal done. So. Never easy, man.
No, it's not. It's not easy, and it's like if the player doesn't want to stay, why even making an effort?
Yeah, I mean,
he's not going to be happy here. What's the purpose?
Yep, and listen, we respect the player that Breece is. I don't think he's the end all be all for the Jets. Like I said, if he's here this year, I think they're still going to suck. So that's just where I feel about it.
If it was like the Phillies situation with Saquon, was that one player they needed to balance them.
Yep,
that's a different story. Yep. We're not there.
Yep. No, we're not. So that's why you got to figure out what you want to do with this, and how the Jets want to handle it. And again, I'll keep saying it. It's allocating a lot of money to the running back position, and it's not the biggest thing in the team. You got to figure out how any quarterback you get is going to cost a ton of money. You want to get a wide receiver too, okay? And then the whole thing is, we'll just go get him in the draft. Okay, you're not going to draft 10 positions in need, and you're not going You have a lot of needs, and you want to get like those veteran quality players too, especially at quarterback. And this is a good point. It's what do you think about Braylon Allen getting the bulk of the snaps? We don't really know how healthy he is, but if you think back to last year, Aaron Glenn was praising him endlessly for his work ethic, his mindset, his physical style of play. So if they think that highly of him and Isaiah Davis, and you bring in a draft pick, say a 4th-round pick as a running back, the backup kid from Notre Dame, not a terrible running back room, dude. A lot cheaper, and then you can go that route as well.
And younger
and healthier.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there's different options.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see. Next comment is Breece is exactly the player we can lose for nothing. And that's the best position we're in right now. That's what he wanted to do. So
we all knew it going into the season. When the minute they didn't make the trade, we all knew that the options were limited at this point. It's.
So now, what do you on the offensive line? John Simpson's now a free agent. Right. He's out. AVT's a free agent. How do you go about doing that? Everybody loves AVT. We do. Great leader, great work ethic, versatile, could play over the offensive line. Been a team first player since he's been a Jet. Unfortunately, dude just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's giving the Jets a hometown discount. He's going to want to get paid. But to me, it's like as much as you love him, it's got to be an incentive-laden deal. How do you pay him 10, 12, whatever, $8, $9 million a year for how many years? Like, how do you pay him, dude? Like, based on what?
Well, at this point, you probably have to let him go out and say, "Hey, look, go test free agency, come back, and let's see what's out there, and then we'll talk. If it's something reasonable, maybe you stick to him."
But do you count on him as a starter, though? You can't count him as a starter.
No, but you might have to.
I don't have to. I want
but if you lose Simpson, you might have to.
Or you spend money. You could bring Simpson back. I'm sure he wants to come back. You could bring him back, which, I mean, he had an off year last year with penalties and everything else, but he also had bad quarterback play behind him, which didn't help anything. You bring him back.
Yeah, if you sign Simpson, then you tell me I'm going to pay you as you're going to be a backup to all the positions, basically, since you can play. And then you can work your way, give him a chance to fight for his position.
Yeah, I love AVT. I just can't see how you can't count on him to be a starter and feel comfortable about it. You have to have him and a very comparable high-level backup behind him if you go that route.
But when he's in there, he makes a difference. That's the thing. But
how often is he in there?
Exactly. When he's in, he's very good. When he's out for a long period of time.
Because that's something you got to think about going to free agency too, where it's you want to have obviously quarterbacks got to be first and your first get because you've got to sell a vision to all your free agents. But after that, it's okay. After quarterback, how do you protect him? Now you have Myers at center. Okay, he's been average, decent. If you keep Myers there, you have Tippmann at guard who's played all right. Membu's solid. Olu's been okay. Then you need I wouldn't chintz out though. I'd be like, let's get a good left guard here. Let's get a quality guard and pay the guy and solidify the line where you have 2 bookend tackles that are super young. Tippmann's young and go that way. I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
No. As long as it's this guy who is at least young enough to give him a 3-year deal, Yeah. Yeah. Not singly. Because you want some consistency. You want this O-line to be consistent, right? You want the same guys to play with each other.
Yep. Stay healthy.
So
I wouldn't mind bringing Simpson back at all because but it's just a matter what his price tag's going to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, what did they spot track have him as?
Who, Simpson?
Yeah, I'm looking.
What, $6-7 million a year?
Guard. John Simpson is 6.3.
Yeah, that's not a cap breaker by no means. You got the space.
No, because he's 6 now. He's only going to get about $300,000 increase.
Yep.
So.
And listen, we know AVT's elite, dude. Nobody's arguing anything about AVT's ability. Great player, versatile, team leader, captain. Got it all.
But your availability.
Availability.
Right? Exactly. Like you always said.
So what do you do? But that's a tough call. And that's a guy you want around if you can find a way to stay healthy. But it's just to count on him, like, all right, he's our day one, he's our starter day one. We move on. you hold your breath the entire training camp. Is he getting through training camp okay? Week 1, is he okay? Like, you just wait for it at this point.
Yeah. It's got to be a low deal with incentive clauses, because you also want to keep that with keeping our guys. But because if you lose Breece and you lose him, now you lost 2 of your guys. You know.
So what?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. You know what, that you talk about keeping your players, but these guys are not their players anyway.
So now, what does it say for AVT in terms of contract on there? Does it say a potential contract?
Yeah, I don't know how they figure 12.8 mil. That ain't happening.
You can't do it.
That's based on what they base it on what he's done. You know, you can't give him 12. No one's giving him 12.8.
No, you can't pay him. How many games has he missed over the last 3 years? It's got to be a lot. Is there something there? It's got to be a lot, man. I had this up before. I turned it off by accident. Let's see here real quick. He's played 43 games so far in his career. So 16, his rookie year he played 16. Then he played what? 7. Oh no, this is that guard and tackle. Hold on. It's not right. 16, 7, 5. Oh my goodness.
16, 7, 5, and 15.
No, that's the best position he's playing at, though, right?
Games played.
Games started. That can't break. He played 15 games last year.
20. Well, that's 2024. It stopped at 20. 2021, he was 16 for games started and games. It was 16. 2022 was 7 started.
23
played 5. He was 5 and then 2024 was 15.
And he missed all of last year.
Yeah, so two seasons he had almost a full year, basically. So and 25 he was out completely.
So 2 out of 5 years he played the full season. Yeah. That's and in the other 2 he played 5 games, 7, and missed the entire season. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Could somebody say something positive? What are we talking about?
We're just giving you facts here. It's not like we're making you.
It's not my injury report. It's his own.
Exactly.
It's his resume.
Yeah.
And the Breece Hall is just a conversation of just, but that's a lot of. And you're going to give him $12 million a year coming off a year he's out for the year. Oof.
Yeah. All different freak injuries too. So it's just like
Yeah,
what's next?
That's a really difficult decision to make.
Yeah.
And then I saw like in the chat, everybody's like, go get Linderbaum. That ain't happening, man.
No.
That Linderbaum is not happening. I remember we wanted to draft him at one point. Remember when we went through the draft? We got to get him. The Jets didn't draft him. I don't think he comes here. I don't think
he's an $18-19 million price tag.
With a lot of teams coveting him, John Harbaugh included. Not happening.
Yeah, that's going to be a big price tag. Yeah, that's a big price tag for the Giants to pay for too, since their cap space is limited too. That's a lot, to bring up $19 million. You're going to need that plus another 10 for your free agent for your draft.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
Well, it's funny you talk about cap space because as much as I'm not happy with Muji and Glenn, and I don't think anybody's more Glenn than Muji.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the dead cap money the Jets have. And the freaking Jets, they mishandle all these things. This is Joe Douglas. Yeah. Like some of this stuff is Joe Douglas and the price of doing business to get Aaron Rodgers. Like this is, we talk when the Jets traded for Rodgers, we said, listen, you're going to swing big. But if you miss, the aftermath is going to be ugly. That aftermath is what everything Joe Douglas did is all the dead cap money you have now. That's it. It's
over a third of the $91 million is Rodgers at $35 million.
That's
the source is another $11 million. Quinnen is $9 million. Mosley is $7.5 million. Michael Carter 6.8. Quincy, I don't know why I have Quincy here. 4.8. Lazard 4.3. Yeah. Simpson they have again 4.3, and because he's a free agent. Cisco's 4. Tyrod's 2.5. That's about everyone else is basically in the hundreds of thousands.
But this is just and then they're gonna cut Justin Fields too. I mean that's The dead cap is what it is, but it's funny how everybody. It's like I don't understand why they're ignoring the fact that Joe Douglas had a big part to do with some of the salary cap problems or some of the dead cap money the Jets have. This is the aftermath of the Rodgers.
But they do a post one, they gain $10 million.
Yep.
But they still get hit $9 million the following year, which is you're going to lose it anyway.
What Fields?
So, Fields, yeah. But
you can't keep him here, dude. You
no,
can't. Keep
no,
him
absolutely not. So you'll have 203 next year. For 2027 is your cap space, 203 million.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you're going to have to pay a lot of guys that are going to be free agents, but still, get that $91 million back. It's a big chunk of change.
Yeah. No, there's the Jets are in position over the next 2 years to make a killing with their draft picks and their cap space. There's no reason why this team can't be significantly upgraded. Going into next year, be like, all right, you know what? This team should be legit playoff contender because there's a huge talent upgrade everywhere.
The infusion of talent that you could put into the team increases.
100%.
Yeah. And if you start showing some signs of a good team, you'll attract more players for 2027.
Well, that's gonna be their biggest challenge now. It's I was talking to one of my friends today about it. Like, oh, aren't you excited about free agency? I'm like, I'm nervous as shit because the Jets are desperate and they have no quarterback. So right now, to bring in somebody here and say, hey, go get this receiver, go get that receiver. Their first question is, okay, who's throwing me the football? Well, I don't know. That's your problem. And then when the Jets situations like this, it's never good. You panic and you worry. The Jets tax are always going to pay. You want to go out and get Alex Anzalone? Wonderful. He's not throwing the football. He's hitting guys. You got to find playmakers on offense, and I don't think it's going to be easy, dude. Because I think when you have quarterbacks like we're not trading for Tua, I don't want Kyler Murray. Kirk Cousins, okay, but he's going to have several suitors, right? So
he's 38 years old, and he's a statue in the pocket.
Dude, he can still manage a game and mentor a young quarterback. Here's a name for you, though. Mitch Trubisky. What do you think about him?
He's young enough. I think he's, 31, 32?
31, yep.
Yeah, as long as he can throw the ball and if he becomes a game manager, I have no problem with it. We're not in in a mode where we could pick anyone we want. It's not like we have much to choose from. We have to take.
We're built for this shit. We're the New York Jets.
Yeah, built with. We just need to get someone
we're not
competent.
Built for this?
We need someone competent. We need someone who could throw the ball 5 yards at least. There. I wonder how many times you're going to play that during the free agency.
It's funny because I usually take off work those 2 days. Like the first, because instead of sitting at my desk the entire time scrolling on my phone, I'm like, you know what? Let's be respectful to my boss and just take off the day and not try to fool anybody. This year, I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. I may just sit there and just be like, you know what? This is going to be. I just don't want to deal with this.
You need to get something opposite the GOAT, something with a cheers. So this way, if it's a good pick, you pick that one. Okay, we'll live with that one. Yeah.
All right. So the quarterback market, that's where free agency starts for me because you think about that's got to be your first phone call because you got to get that person in place to offset to display your free agent vision. Okay, this is our vision on offense. This is our quarterback. We'll move on. Again, I don't want Kyler Murray. I don't want Tua. I don't think Mac Jones is going to be available. So it's going to come down to the same names everybody's been talking about. Cousins, Mariota, Trubisky.
And I don't want to give up assets. I don't want to give up assets. I don't want to be, giving up assets to teams that know we're desperate, Yep.
Take off. I could go live in the afternoon. I did that. Yeah, and this is a funny point by Javed, too. It was. I took off last year. I'm sitting around like they're doing nothing. And I'm watching all the Jet fans melt down because Joe Douglas didn't do anything. I was sitting there drinking beer just for no reason.
Well, they're going to do something. They have to do something this year. There's no choice but to do something this year. They got all that money. If they can't sit back on it anyway, you have to use.
So who you calling first as your quarterback? What's the first phone call you make?
I would call. Well, if it's, we got to see who gets cut. But right now, who's available is you got Trubisky and Mariota because they're free agents.
Malik Willis
too. So those are your first three because those are free agents. Now, from today until free agency starts, does Cousins get cut? So you got to call him too.
Yep.
Right. You hope they keep Murray, so that maybe they might let
That's my fear. If
Brissett go. Because if they cut Murray, they keep him Brissett.
and that kills my plan. Yep.
Yeah. So
do you try calling the Giants and see if you can get Jameis Winston away from them? Which I don't think you probably can because he's cheap and Jackson Dart loves him.
Not only that, they're gonna want something more than you want to give up.
Okay, so if Kirk Cousins gets cut, who's the first phone call you make?
Well, based on that, it's gonna be Cousins.
Okay, but here's a name. Now there is a person
coming out of nowhere. Here's a name.
Here's a name who's done a phenomenal job of marketing his podcast and his show. Because what better way to get attention to say, you know what, I may come back to the NFL in the right opportunity. And then how much he loves Aaron Glenn and how much he loves Jet fans. All these little stories conveniently come out about the one and only Derek Carr.
Right.
Your thoughts
But he
on
also
him?
said, I'm not just going to say yes to anybody. I wanted the Lombardi Trophy and all that. So I mean,
he wants the best chance to win and everything else. Yeah,
yeah, but
that ain't happening.
Exactly. All those teams had their quarterback.
Well, that's not. If he goes to the Vikings, the Steelers, maybe you go those two. You could say they're more win now teams than anything else.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm out on Derek Carr though. I don't want to do it.
We don't even know if he's 100% healthy.
Yeah,
supposedly he didn't have the operation on his shoulder anyway. He just naturally let it heal.
So if you had to do a quarterback ranking right now, like 1, 2, 3, 4, who would it be for Jets quarterback?
It would probably be right now. It would be Cousins, probably Trubisky, then Mariota, or Malik would be probably 2. I think he would be the one right after Cousins.
So Cousins, Willis, Trubisky,
Mariota.
Yeah,
and that might change. That Mariota might go ahead of Trubisky. I don't know how they view these guys, but when you're down there, it's either 3 or 4, 4-3 really doesn't make a difference.
Think about what we're talking about right now.
Exactly, but that's the position we're in.
It's just.
Let's go back to that comment. Says, can we talk about something positive? I mean, really,
it's just. Oh, it's Carson Wentz. My goodness.
No.
Would you bring Geno Smith back?
No.
I mean, this list is uninspiring. So you got Kenny Pickett. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo. Would you consider him?
Yeah. No.
He's 34. Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater. Glenn's got ties to him. No. What about Gardner Minshew's hurt? Sam Howell, Tommy DeVito.
Listen, I don't know why anyone's down on Mariota. He played well when Daniels was out. And he had whatever 4 or 5 months with Kingsbury. He looked good, and he's more mobile than a lot of these guys. Hey, if he's just a game manager, we're not looking at the guy to replace and be there for the next 5 years. We're looking at a guy who can just get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening. But if you go something like Mariota, I'd bring back Tyrod Taylor. He'll probably come back cheap. That's a good. You have the two. I want 2 veterans. Then you could have your Ty Simpson or whoever else, and then have Brady Cook there.
Exactly. Yeah, but Tyrod, I think he'll come back. I think he liked it here. The guys liked them in the locker room. It'd be a smart move. Because if you come to
absolutely no to Russell Wilson. There is no way in living hell we wanted Russell Wilson. Absolutely not. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Married. What? I don't know what else we're like. None of these names are going to inspire any of us. There's nothing. No. There's not one player like, all right. Then I know that when I did the interview with Will Parkinson, he's like, "We'll trade for Tanner McKee from the Eagles." That's another guy that's he's like Malik Willis, relatively unknown. You're taking a chance there, Yeah.
6'6", 230, I think. But last time he came in for the Eagles, he didn't look too good.
Nope.
So, but that could be rust or whatever. But well, once again, it's a rookie coming in. You're gonna rely. You guys, everyone talks about getting a veteran bridge quarterback. Now you want to take a guy who's sort of who doesn't play much. This is basically a rookie coming in. No different than Cook, except probably better.
Well, look at Malik Willis. Malik Willis doesn't have a tremendous amount of snaps either.
Exactly.
And the thing is too, and it's a really good point. It's like the changing of the guard in Miami is all Green Bay Packer guys. And they don't have a quarterback because they're getting rid of Tua. If they don't go big and heavy on friggin' Malik Willis, that speaks volumes too. Like, listen, this is their guy. They saw him practice day in and day out last year. They watched him play.
Tyreek. They got rid of Bradley Chubb.
Daniels.
They're getting rid of guys.
If they don't want Malik Willis as the rebuilding quarterback, that says something too.
Yeah, they want to accumulate money. They want to get their cap high enough to bring in some of these young guys and build off of them. They're doing a rebuild. Simple as that.
We know the feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, Jack?
Hello,
What's
Mr.
up, Tyson?
Straw.
Afram, how are you?
Talk some Breece Hall with us, man. What are you doing with Breece Hall?
I'm kind of tired of Breece. I mean, I just am. The poutiness on the sideline, the constant, moodiness. Some of these guys act like they've been nothing but winners since they entered the league. I'm like, you've been a loser since you've entered the league. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't been part of any solution. I feel like the guy goes down by ankle tackles, gives you a nice 50-yard run every 8 weeks and kind of gives you a sense of what could be. But watching some of these playoff teams like the Bears, they had running backs that were just running through people's skulls. And I'm like, churning out yards when there were none. And I'm like, I've never seen Breece gain yards when there was nothing there. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just want to see it when a guy breaks through the line, give me 2 yards, give me something positive instead of -4.
Well, look at the Patriots. They have Ramondre Stevenson and Henderson.
Yeah,
they have 2 running backs.
There's a reason why the old adage is you don't draft a running back in the first round. It's you just kind of beat the crap out of them for 5 years. Their contract comes up and you move on to the next person. You want fresh legs at the position. And more than that, I just I don't know if I want him in the locker room. The constant mopey attitude is just get over yourself a little bit.
Yeah. So what do? Do you let him walk? Do you transition tag him? How do you handle it?
I mean, at this point, I really don't care. I mean that sincerely. I don't have a problem with Breece coming back, but he's gonna want James Cook money at the very least, $12 million a year. And if you tell me you're drafting a quarterback and you want to make life a little bit easier on him and you want to give him money, I'm not opposed to it. But I'm not if he walks, I'm not going to be going nuts about it. I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to get a 3-4 year contract. It's not going to be something that bankrupts your organization. The Jets have $70 million this year, $100 million next year. Money is the least of their concerns. They can certainly afford to spend it on him. But if he walks, I just don't care. I don't think I don't know that Breece is a top 15 running back. I really don't.
Shit. I think he's probably top 10. I don't. Oof.
I think I could rattle off 10, 12 names where they're at least interchangeable with Breece. His rookie year, I thought we were looking at something special.
Yep.
And ever since that knee injury, it's he just he lost that last long distance runner sprinting speed. Runs that would have been 80 yards are now tackled 40 yards downfield. It's like a heavyweight puncher who loses his knockout power. It's just he lost a little something.
He runs uninspired, basically. Why am I going to hurt myself? Let me just go through the motions. Let's get over this year, and I'll see what happens. Free agency, basically.
It's there's no violence to his game, and I think part of that Afram is just what's he running for? If I was 2-11, 2-13, I don't know that I would be laying it all on the line. I don't, I would like to think I would, but
he's playing for a contract too, though.
Yeah, he is. But he's playing for a contract. It goes the other way too, right? He doesn't get paid if he tears his ACL trying to turn a -2 yard run into a positive 1 yard run. So, but no, Breece is the least of this organization's issues at this point.
Yeah, to me, it's it's a running back position. He's not going to make us great this year. He's not going to make us suck this year. It's he's not the impact player that is going to change this season and make us a 10-win season. So that person is going to be quarterback. So, Jack, as of today, February 16th, give me your top 4 quarterback options for the Jets.
Oh, God. I mean, the top that I would want are different than I think the top that Aaron Glenn would want. Look, I think it depends on like who are the top 4 quarterbacks that I think are going to be in play for the Jets?
Yep.
I think it depends on how much of a voice Frank Reich has in the room, because if you listen to what people say, I think Boomer has alluded to this. Like Frank prefers kind of that like bigger pocket passer,
Yep.
a guy who's 6'4", 6'5", can see over the pocket. So that kind of eliminate. I mean, he also drafted Bryce Young, so I don't know how true that is. And
Well,
I know people.
apparently he wanted C.J. Stroud though, and that
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
rumor. That's what caused
yeah.
the problems down there.
Everyone always wants the better of the two options,
Yep.
like. But when
Yep.
so I discount that a little bit. All of a sudden, Joe Douglas wanted,
Yeah.
didn't want Zach Wilson. So I think it's the least
Before,
desirable.
before you answer, is it guys that are automatic or right now free agents, or does he have to pick someone he has to trade for?
Could be either one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like I don't buy the Kyler Murray stuff. I don't know why Frank Reich would want someone like that if he's
Nope.
into a bigger pocket passer. I think it would also disqualify Ty Simpson. So I think it's like the most boring options possible. I think it's Jacoby Brissett. You might see like a Marcus Mariota floated in
So
there.
what's your first phone call?
My first phone call?
Yep.
I'm offering Malik Willis a bag. I'm
Really?
yeah. I am. I think he's got like, Malik Willis was a guy who was considered a first round draft pick basically up until the day of the draft. Ended up falling to the 3rd round.
Why'd he
Super
drop?
athletic. He went to Liberty, like I think I think it was that, and I think he was a raw prospect that teams felt like they were going to need to develop for a couple of years. And like, if you're in the top 32, like you're not drafting a guy for 3 years down the line. Like you want a guy who can play right now, unless you're like a stable organization like the Packers. So I don't know. I think the lack of competition and the fact that he went to a smaller school kind of scared people away. Plus, like the size issues, but he's got he's really athletic. He's got a really strong arm. He's not big, but I think in today's NFL that matters less than it did maybe 10 or 15 years ago.
He's only 6'1".
I don't even know if he's 6'1". He might be shorter than that. I mean, I don't know what he measured in at the combine. I thought he was 6 foot flat, but regardless, you're small. But the 3 games that he played this year, I mean, he looked like Matt LaFleur did him right. So let's ruin his career too. Come on over,
But so you're willing to pay him what, like a 20 something, like a Justin Fields contract? Say $25 million. You willing to give big money for him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about the money at this point. Like, I think you're playing for 2027, so like I'd rather swing for the fences and see if we can find like our Sam Darnold, if like the Seattle did, and maybe you get lightning in a bottle and you find someone who's young enough to be a long-term guy. And if you strike out, like what are the other options? Like you can get Jacoby Brissett in here to win 4 games. You can get Marcus Mariota to win 5. Like, so you could pick at number 7 and lose out in the Arch Manning sweepstakes. Like,
so if you say you give Malik Willis $25 million a year or something like that for 3 years, whatever it is, does that prevent you from drafting, say, Ty Simpson in the 2nd round, or do you still take that flyer on him?
No, you have to draft a quarterback at some point. Like,
but so like if you have Malik Willis and you're paying him that kind of money, you have a sense of confidence. Like, listen, this guy's our starter. We believe him to a sense. Are you saying that's going to make it more, instead of going, say, trading up in the 1st round or 2nd round for, say, a Simpson, to now we're back into the Drew Aller, Nussmeier 4th, 5th round conversation?
Yeah, look, I don't think any signing or trade that you make this year is going to stop you from drafting a quarterback at any point, other than maybe 2. Ty Simpson at 16 is probably a little bit of a stretch, because I think at that point you're kind of saying you're going to be our future. But again, having 2 quarterbacks I think would be a good problem to have. I think if they go out and they sign someone like a Malik Willis, quarterback becomes an option round 2 and beyond. And like, I think you are right. You're in that Drew Aller kind of territory, where you get like a developmental guy. Maybe you could turn him into something. But yeah, I also think they should probably punt on quarterback, at least in the top 2 rounds this year.
Yeah, I actually like Ty Simpson though. So I'm an anomaly.
I love Ty Simpson. I've been on the Ty Simpson train for 10 months. Huge fan of his.
All right, so you got Malik Willis 1. Who would be your number 2?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm playing for 0-17 next year. Like, I, I am punting. Like, once you lost out on the number one pick this year, it became Arch Manning or nothing, basically. So, like, I've said this for a long time. Like, the Jets have taken this approach at drafting quarterbacks. Like, it's always the second best option, right? Like, in the year of Matt Stafford, we drafted Mark Sanchez, right? Like, um, in the year of Trevor Lawrence, like, we got Zach Wilson. They always do this like half-hearted measure, like they throw a bone to the fans. They say, "Here's your quarterback," and there's never like any consensus that this is actually going to be like a true franchise guy. So when those guys are available, like, just go. Like, the only quarterback that is going to be able to be successful with the Jets is someone who can transcend the dysfunctionalness of the organization and it basically become a rose sprouting from a pile of cement. You know what I mean? Like, and if there's anyone who could do it, like, it's a Manning, I would think. So, like, you got to go out and, like, the theory goes, like, maybe someone who, like, an Arch Manning who comes from a strong football family, like, is going to demand organizational excellence at some point. Like, you can't pair him with Aaron Glenn or someone who is as incompetent as that, some retread coordinator who's been floating around the league for 15 years. And, so that's my hope.
based on that, you don't want to pay Malik Willis $25 million a year. You want to pay Marcus Mariota or Mitch Trubisky just bridge money and be like, you know what, patch it together, lose, I don't care, and let's just get to 2027.
Yeah,
let's start Cook. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta pretend that you want to win, Ephraim.
and this is like part of the reason why Aaron Glenn coming back like just destroyed everything, because my gut tells me he's not starting a rookie next year.
Nope.
Like, he's got to get to 6 or 7 wins to try to run this back for a third year, and that's going to be like Jacoby Brissett. I think
Kirk
he's
Cousins.
Yeah, but Kirk is not coming here, dude.
No,
like,
I know he's not coming here. He's not.
Say what you want about Kirk. Like, the guy is a ruthless, shrewd businessman who loves God, family, and football. Like, he's gonna hate New York. He like godless New York, dude. You think that guy's bringing his family up here to go get sacked 50 times? Like, no way.
Yep. No, I agree. So then we'll take out Malik Willis is out. We're gonna take Cousins out. So now we're down to, if you had a choice of Brissett, Mariota, or Trubisky, who would you want?
I mean, Trubisky balled out against us, man. He looked like
that's not saying much.
He attacked Sauce Gardner. That was funny as hell.
I mean, again, like, all of those picks are completely uninspiring. I think Brissett is probably like, Brissett's the adult in the room, right? Like,
yeah,
he was the field general on like a 4-win Cardinals team, whatever they were. You know what I mean? A 5-win Cardinals team. Yep. Like, I think he's the perfect candidate to, like, quote unquote, get you respectability and give you the 4 or 5 wins to put you in a position to draft number 1. Like, this is what it's all about, guys. Like, I'm so numb to losing that I'm like, just bring on. What's another year out of my life, man? It was 16. I was 25 when the Jets last went to the playoffs. You know what I mean? What's another year?
Ephraim was only 18 since last time Jets went to the playoffs.
I've aged very badly.
Just think the conversations we're having, though, like the names we're discussing to be our starting quarterback. It's just like,
oh, it's disgusting, and they're gonna do something stupid. Like, they're gonna trade for Kyler. They're gonna.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He doesn't listen. As much as I hate Aaron Glenn right now, I think even he knows that Kyler is terrible for, like, he's not a culture changer, dude. He is nothing. He fits absolutely no criteria for the Jets other than breathing. That's it.
That's why it would be so on brand to bring him in. Like,
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't go with the Kyler Murray experience. I can't.
I ain't taking that contract either.
Nope.
You know what? You give me like you attach a draft pick to that contract, and I'm like, I don't like Kyler at all, and that's exactly why I am advocating for him to be the quarterback of the 2026 New York Jets.
So if you had to choose between Tua or Kyler, who would you take?
Tua stinks, man. I mean, Tua stinks.
And I don't want to. You want to go for that 0-17?
Fair point. Tua. Yeah, I could see Tua throwing like 25 interceptions with this offense. Like, that would be a perfect disaster.
He'll look good in September because it'll be warmer. And then as soon as the temperatures drop in October, he'll just start sucking it up badly.
Maybe that should be the guy then.
What about Jimmy Garoppolo?
I didn't even realize he was still in the league.
He's only like 34 years old.
this guy's living like the backup dream, just collecting
Yep.
paychecks. And now Jimmy G, he also stinks. No interest in him.
Okay, here's your hardest question of the night, other than solving the Jets quarterback position, which is definitely a difficult situation. What do you do with AVT?
I mean, the problem with AVT is you have to carry a third guard who can start if you're bringing him back. And guards that can start are going to run you. I mean, you can go get like a Connor McGovern or someone like that for a couple of $1 million a year, but I mean, you have to carry a sixth lineman and pay him starting caliber money. And like AVT is a good player when he's on the field, which is a third of the time he's eligible. It's like I don't think you can really bring him back. And if he walks and he does what Mekhi Becton did and goes and wins a Super Bowl, by the way, when Mekhi Becton left, and moved to guard with the Eagles, I watched him exclusively during Eagles games.
Yeah.
And my God, he was just throwing bodies across the field. I mean, he looked unbelievable. And I, for the life of me, I cannot understand how anyone in the Jets organization looked at him and never went, maybe he could play guard. Do we think maybe this tackle with severe knee issues would be better suited not being on an island, using his 370-pound frame, just mauling people? And he looked unbelievable there. So if something like that happens, you just chalk it up and you say
Yep.
it is what it is. Didn't work out here. Same thing with Darnold. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
the Jets are like the AAA organization for the rest of the league, the farm system.
Well, I think with AVT, we all know the player that he is. We love him as a player, as a leader, captain, all these great things. But if he's only 2 out of 5 years he's been healthy for the full season, that's not a good. It's like you can't say, okay, he's our starter. That position is locked down for the next 5 years. You don't believe that. You hope he gets through training camp. You hope he gets week 1. You're holding your breath every week. Do you want to pay $12 million a year for that? I don't.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to run. I mean, if he hits the open market, he's going to. There's going to be some desperate team give him a bag for at least a year. So we'll see.
There's a lot of positivity tonight, Afram, isn't there?
It's as positive as you're going to get.
It's just
as positive as you're going to get.
I mean, it's the off season, man. This is the happiest I've been in.
I am so stressed
weeks.
out. I'm stressed out about the quarterback. I just don't see what's going to happen. I don't have good feelings about it. I don't at all.
This is the time of the year for hopium. This is what we breathe on. I have none. Aaron Glenn has broken me. I've completely given up on the organization, and I'm usually not like that. I usually have some sense of optimism going into a season. The only time that I felt like this was under John Idzik, when I was just it's over.
Well, I have stress over two things. I have stress of not having the ability to find a quarterback to even be competitive this year. Then I have the stress of Woody Johnson saying, I can't sell tickets. This team is not marketable. The New York Giants are the biggest story with John Harbaugh. Make a splash move. To me, Kyler Murray is not a splash move. That does nothing for me. But the fear of Woody Johnson saying we have to do something bold to sell tickets, I just fear that it just destroys your rebuild. Oh, we lost Jack. But that's something I worry about a lot, Afram.
No, and rightly so. You know him. He's going to want to do something.
So it's just usually the offseason one we're always so excited about. We're going to go to free agency, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. There are so many freaking questions, and it's the Jets are not a desirable location. They're just not. So how do you sell a vision to get guys in here? I think defensively, Aaron Glenn could get Anzalone in here, which everybody's saying. You overpay some Lion players. That's great. But other than that, man.
Yeah, Leo Chanel. Go after Leo Chanel. He's not going to cost you that much.
Man.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
The process. How are you, sir?
How y'all guys doing?
What are you doing with Breece Hall?
Well, like I said last week, I would see the idea of a tag and trade situation because
Good.
because I looked at the draft order for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing the mock draft, I know for a fact that teams are going to want Jeremiah Love.
As
But-
they should.
But the thing about it is, not everybody's going to be able to get him. And I know, I just got this. I just got a feeling that someone may be stupid enough to try to get into an offer with Breece Hall about maybe a mid to late second round pick, something like that. It could. I'm not saying it's plausible, like it's not reality,
I
but
don't see that.
I don't know.
Yeah, but Afram, what do you think? I don't see the Jets get a second round pick because the first thing is you're going to tag him at $14 million. Most teams are going to know that Breece doesn't want to be here, and the Jets want to get rid of him at that point, right? They're not going to offer. They're going to probably offer a fourth round pick, third round, like maybe a third.
You're lucky to get a third at this point.
And you could have got a fourth last year, right? At the trade deadline.
Yeah. So you're not going to get. He's a free agent. No one's going to take him at 14 and a half. They're going to have to. He's going to have to restructure Gary with the team that's going to trade for him for a 3-year deal or something at a lower price. He's not going to,
It could be like a situation where he's not the only one that gets traded as well, because I mean, when it comes to old line, like not just the Jets, but a lot of teams, you could look at it and say, okay, well, what y'all want for Simpson, or how much could we do for
Simpson's already gone.
I mean, yeah, but it's just probably more to.
I mean, the only trade that you can trade
know.
Breece Hall. The other guys could be Sherwood, Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson. You figure Saleh may want some of his guys. Maybe Ulbrich wants some of these guys. That's in terms of trade. Maybe Saleh comes back to get some of his defensive players. But other than that, I don't see him. I mean, I don't think Garrett Wilson wants out as of yet, but he could.
It's just a tough situation. I mean, look at the quarterback situation we dealing with right now. I mean, we're talking about Trubisky, who at any moment can throw you out of a football game. Like, it's just
There's no answers, man.
like Mario. I would like Mariota because at least he's been in the league for a little while and he's stable. But again, he's a backup. And the thing about it is, when it comes to free agency, what else are we going to do? See, the Jets are the type of team that they will all this time be thinking that they'll draft Arvell Reese, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Arvell Reese at number 2, and then turn around completely out of nowhere and draft Ty Simpson at number 2. Like, what?
Oh, that'd be
the fuck
something.
are we doing?
That would be something. I would be here for that because I just here for the chaos. The chaos of that it would melt social media. That would melt Twitter. That would melt YouTube. It would be bona fide chaos.
And it don't make
Love
sense.
it.
Which is why again, there has to be loyalty at this point when it comes to keeping Aaron Glenn, because at this moment in point, I just tuned out for basically free agency, training camp or whatnot, because we're talking about, okay, are we going to keep Breece Hall? Are we going to re-sign AVT at this point and whatnot? Because it's tough. Like, it's tough to really look at this offseason and say, so we did all this only to get 5 or 6 wins, so Glenn could keep his job.
But that's the expectation. Like even right now, like even after, if we have a good free agency class and a good draft class, we're still thinking 5 wins this year, 6 wins. We're not.
Yeah.
I think the expectation is nothing more than that at this point.
Yeah, based on the schedule, yeah. Unless the team we play has some massive injuries. That's the only thing.
It has to make, like, they have to, which is why this draft class and this free agency class will determine whether or not Glenn keeps his job or not.
Well, this season determines it. If they completely bottom out again, he's going to be gone.
At this point, it has to be, because I'm sick and tired of going into that tunnel thinking there's a light and there's a train that keeps running over us every single day in time. So it's just at some point there has to be competency within this team. So if that's Mitch Trubisky at quarterback, if that's Mariota, maybe they could get Brissett. If they decide to keep Kyler Murray, it's just an all around real tough situation, and there's other needs.
We need miracles, man. Is what we need. Let's just call it. We need football miracles.
We need miracles. We need wishes.
Monday night miracle. Yeah.
Have a good night, man. Thanks for calling.
Have a good day, man.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Ty Simpson at 2? That'd be awesome.
I don't think that's
That would be amazing. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
Or like Caleb Downs at 2, just create chaos. I'm here for all of it.
Anything can happen, but I don't know. I
What
think that
happened,
Moochie is somewhat competent. You know, I don't think they go for Simpson at 16 either. I don't feel that happening.
I don't know. I think they do.
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
There's a comment in here too. It's about, and I know Will talked about it in the interview we did. Once they had the pro days and all the
Yeah,
workouts,
exactly.
this happens every year. It's like, oh, this player's not good. Also, like, oh my God, look what he did here. Look at this. And all of a sudden, everybody's opinion changes. And all you need is one high level analyst that's super respectable. Like, you know what? I like this Ty Simpson kid. Boom. Everybody, oh yeah, I like him too. And it all changes. You can see it.
I think didn't he say that it's going to be the interviews and how well they interview is what they can determine where they get picked. You know, because everyone can throw. You know, you're not going to determine one throw. They're going to see what kind of individual, what character, how he understands the game, and this and that. So the interview is going to be a really big part of that whole thing. So
here's the question. It says, Tyson, if you were offered the GM job, would you take it? And what would be the first thing you'd do as GM? I would fire Aaron Glenn and hire Sean McDermott. That's what I would do. Right today. I wouldn't care. Like, just fire him, bring in Sean McDermott, say, you and Frank Reich figure it out, and let's try to at least be competent, and then next year move on. Aaron Glenn be gone. I wouldn't even think twice about it. What would you do? What would be your first move?
Me?
Yeah.
If I was the GM, now, if they give me the job now, yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. You know, him and McDermott and I don't even think he's going to want to coach this team anyway. McDermott would.
Yes, he would. McDermott would love it.
McDermott, no, not was the Steelers coach.
Tomlin,
I don't think he would want to come here.
Bring Burrow to the green and white. Yeah, I wish.
It ain't
Joe Burrow's not coming here.
It ain't happening.
Nope.
He's got no trade clause also. Why would he come here? If everyone knew that it would take 3 ones to get him, there'd be a line around the corner waiting to get him.
Speaking of a line around the corner, there's a line to get this guy's hot takes. As when it comes to Breece Hall, this will be the expert opinion we're looking for.
There he is.
Hey, how we doing?
How you doing, man?
What's up, Javid?
I'm good. I'm tired. Just doing some laundry.
What are you tired from?
Did you graduate yet?
Yeah, I'm working.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm still applying to law school and stuff. So
Law school, damn.
There you go.
nah,
So you could be an agent.
That's right.
maybe.
What law school are you applying to?
I'll be applying to a bunch of them, or trying to stay in like New York area, New Jersey area if I can. But I mean, right now I'm just trying to work for a bit though.
Not Rutgers?
I mean, New Jersey, Rutgers, New Jersey.
I'm just saying. You said New York. You didn't say New Jersey. So I'm like,
You said New York, New Jersey. He said New York.
No, he didn't say New York, New Jersey. He said New York. So I'm like, oh, now
he said New York, New Jersey.
Thank
I
you,
didn't hear New
Akram.
Jersey.
I said New York, New Jersey.
He already, he's supposed to be his
I
big
think
Rutgers
you stopped
guy.
listening. I think you stopped listening to him after he said New York.
No, he's a big Rutgers guy. It should be the first thing out of his mouth. Like, yeah, I want to go to
New York,
Rutgers.
New Jersey.
Yeah, but you didn't say Rutgers. But that's your team, dude. That's your school.
Yeah, it is my school. I
said it first
left
then.
Rutgers in the chat.
Just
kind of
When
like
Jack brought up the Bears running backs, I said let
he
Rutgers.
does this to me all the time. Just ignore him. And
wishy-washy answer, man. It's like a big Rutgers guy until you get asked a question about it, you don't mention him.
Who are you taking as quarterback? Yeah, let's just go straight to the
I mentioned
question.
Rutgers in the chat earlier.
But we're not on the chat. We're having a conversation now. You didn't mention him.
I'm just saying, I'm the Rutgers guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he said New York, but he didn't say Rutgers though. He's a
Thank you. I said New
a
York.
resident
There you
Rutgers
go.
expert.
I'm everywhere. You know.
Oh, yeah.
So talk to me tomorrow. You have the chance to tag Breece Hall. Do you do it?
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
You
no,
know-
I want you to. No, I mean, I know you hate when he says that. I'm not gonna lie. That means you normally lie to us,
No,
right? But
It's
it's
just a
not
figure
right.
of speech.
He said
It's
I'm
just
not gonna lie.
a
It
figure
means he's usually
Sorry.
lying to us.
All right, like that then. I couldn't. I also don't care. You see, I've talked to you about how I feel about this Breece saga. I'm over it. Honestly, whatever they do, tag him, let him walk. Tag him and look to trade him even for like whatever trash pick you can get. As long as they don't overpay him, I don't care what happens with Breece.
What do you consider an overpay?
I don't think Breece should command top even. Like, I think he is a player at his best who's worth top 5 running back money. I don't think anything he's done on the field over the course of the last 4 years deserves top 5 running back money. I don't think really even top 10 running back money. But if you're going to give someone an extension, you might have to go, just give them a little bit on the top. But I don't think we should be having any, like, for example, you're talking about Cook, you're talking about any contract that's putting him in the upper echelon of running backs in the league. I don't think he's deserved that yet. So
under 10, 10 a year, under 10 a year,
10, around 10, under 10. That would be, if you told me we extended him 3 years, somewhere around that, that's fine. I wouldn't hate that because, although I've been so tired of his complaining and stuff, if he has his money, he's at least going to shut up for the next year or two, because that is what players do. They complain and then they get their pay, and then all of a sudden the losing doesn't really matter to them for the next 2 years until it's time to get paid again. Right. So
but wouldn't it bother you if you give him like a 1 year, $14 million deal in the tag? That would bother the hell if you have him make a $14 million year player. That's not him, dude.
No, it definitely would. But I think if it depends on where they're investing their money and what they're doing with the money that they have, right? If we're looking at the market and the Jets are just going other places, right, and they just don't spend in, like, say, the secondary running back market, or they don't want to spend a draft pick in their first 6 picks of a running back, then 1 year on the tag for Breece honestly doesn't kill us. It's only if it only
it doesn't kill us, but is it good roster? It's not good roster management.
No, it's not bad roster management. If my point is, if you don't look to actually address the position otherwise, right? Just having Breece for 1 year on next year's roster, fitting in, and you address other positions, and then you let him walk, and then you fix running back the next year, or you add to your running back room next year. That's fine. I don't think that's like the.
But would you agree that if he's playing on the franchise tag this year, if he's unhappy being here going into it, then you tag him. So he's got 1 year, 14. He's not going to be happy again. You're dealing with a disgruntled player all year long. It's like, worth the headache.
I have more of a concern about Breece as a locker room presence than I do of Breece on the tag for $14 million.
That's fair.
So that's something that the GM and coach have to be able to talk to him to know what he actually is doing, because we saw him make stink on social media this past offseason.
That should happen at the trade deadline.
During the deadline, yep, we saw him make a stink on social media. The question is he like that in the locker room? What is he like in the locker room? Do you think he can bring that to the locker room?
But this wasn't the first time he did it, though.
I agree. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with you. You know where I take on this. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying. I think it. I honestly, the Breece talk, I couldn't care. He's, to me, after the trade deadline stuff, it's not even worth my time talking about it. Well, whatever they do with him, make a decision and do it, and we'll just.
Because there's a world where the Jets could look really stupid if Breece walks and Quincy Williams walks, because two guys you could have got draft compensation for last year that you didn't get, and that's just that's haphazard being. It's incompetence, to be honest with you.
I still kind of feel where I understand the value sticking to your value and that, because I literally, the next time a team tries to trade with the Jets and they say they want a player, and there's a disagreement over the compensation, they'll know they have to meet what we want if they want that player. Because what happened was the Chiefs, I mean, honestly, the Chiefs not giving a third rounder for Breece, to me, is a worse look for them than it is for us, because the Chiefs needed to upgrade in that position, and Breece was a rental whose contract was expiring. They're not giving up any, and it's not like the Chiefs third rounder at the time of the deadline, the Chiefs third rounder was not guaranteed to be in the middle of the round. It probably was. It could have been to the end of the round. If you upgrade that position, you make the playoffs. So I don't understand why a team like that wouldn't even do a conditional third. I mean, they're sticking hard on a fourth, fifth round.
So the Chiefs look bad now. The Jets could look really bad too, where you could have got.
I get that. Now it's like
if he walks for nothing, you look stupid.
You can't let teams lowball you all the time for your players. And so we're in the same they practiced the same thing when it came to the Sauce trade, right? Where the Colts called Sauce, the Jets said, "No, we're not interested." And the Colts upped their offer, and the Jets said, "No, we're not interested." And they kept upping their offer until they gave us what we wanted. And I think that's part of being able to operate as a functional, good organization. Because just because you have a player and you think you're going to get rid of this player doesn't mean you need to just give him away for a fourth round. Because if we let Breece walk, right, and we don't match a contract of that value, which who knows, we probably will because of the comp cycle. But in a theoretical year, right, Breece, if we don't trade Breece for a 4th rounder and he walks and someone signs him, we get that 4th rounder back anyway. So you're basically offering us something that's like 10 picks ahead of where we'd actually get him if we trade him, if we just let him walk in the free agency. So that's my point on just the value thing. I get what you're saying. I just think at some point you have to put your foot down and say, look, we're not your farm team. You can't just come here and say this 2nd round player who we think has the potential to be a Pro Bowler, you would just take him off your hands for free. And teams tried to do that with Jermaine Johnson too.
Yep.
So even if it doesn't work out with them here, I think you have, and especially as a first year as your GM, because
you already had 2 good deals with Sauce and freaking Quentin Williams. You had 2 good deals.
I get that.
You got value in Harrison Phillips. You got value with Briggs. You got value with Brownlee. You're not gonna have a home run every time. But at some point, you have to listen to Jordan Line. Listen, we wanted this. This is what they're offering. It's better than getting nothing. Now we head in the draft with the 4th round pick that we didn't have before. That could be a quarterback for us.
No, I hear you. But the way I see it now, though, is if Darren Muji tells someone this is not where he's going or this is where he'd like to know, they know at least he means that. And that's something that we haven't always had.
I think Afram likes to watch us fight. He hasn't said a word in 15 minutes.
I enjoy it. You don't let the guy talk half the time. You interrupt him every 5 seconds. But,
what do you do? It's like nobody let him go on a soapbox for a half hour. Sit back and
well, you ask for his opinion, and you just you're trying to guide him into the way you want to.
I'm not guiding him. I'm asking questions.
Yeah, no. What do you want?
You're not going to ask me about AVT?
Well, I mean,
that was the next question.
See how he gets
finishing up with Breece.
See how he goes now? It's like he wants to do his topics on his terms, and I can't ask him
questions.
No,
I thought you went to the comments, so I thought you were just.
I'm just trying to. Well, Jesus Jerry wanted me to ask: is he seeing Adams? I think we're all seeing Adams at this point.
Thank you.
So, Java, here's a new question for you. What do you think about AVT?
AVT. I think I'd bring him back. That's
bring him back.
Okay. Yeah, I'd bring him back. I have no problem bringing him back. I still believe.
Well, how much?
I mean, he's not getting any kind of like payday.
No,
so
I mean, Spotrac has him for $12 million. I don't know why I get that.
I would do that.
Are you out of your mind?
You give him $12 million a year?
Wait. Is that's below typical market value? Is that not?
No,
that's not top guard market value.
Right now,
you're going to give a guy $12 million a year that didn't even play last year.
The highest market value they anticipate is Braden Smith at $13 million. He's making $17.5 now. Braden Smith.
What is Linderbaum projected at?
He's a center.
No, I know, but like it's interior O line. They're not all that far.
18 million.
Yeah, 18 million. Okay, so if we're talking about AVT, I'd bring him back on a 1-year prove it deal. I don't know the exact money, right? I'd even do 2 years because we
need monetary figures.
Yeah.
I won't study the guard cap mark. The guard mark.
How hard is it to say 10 million a year? Wait, no. See, after that, he's backpedaling now.
I won't arbitrarily throw out a number.
You just said you give him 12 million a year, and now you backtracked.
12 million.
This is what we call
like
a waffle.
You're
waffling right now.
Sorry, 12 million sounds below market for.
This is gangrene Steve-O kind of stuff right here.
How much? This guy's played 2 years out of 4, out of 5.
How much did we bring in Simpson for when we paid him?
So now what we've learned tonight is that Java cannot run our cap. He's going to give Breece 14 million, and he's going to give AVT 12.
Well, Breece 1 year it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, because that's a 14 million a year doesn't matter right now. So that's no big deal.
And the reason I said I'd keep AVT is because I think obviously maybe 2 of his injuries are torn triceps, which I don't know how you get 2 of those because they tell you
he's got 2 arms.
I know, but I'm saying like those are freak injuries, right? Those are freak injuries where it's not something that lasts. So the only injury you really theoretically should be concerned about long-term bodily effect is what he tore his Achilles, right? Was that
he's got 2 of those too, though. So that's concerning. He's got 1 more to go.
Yeah. Stop! Don't even say that.
So just in summary, Afram,
I would bring
right now. Java's got $26 million in I don't care money allocated to the cap right now.
I think AVT is an all. We all think AVT, when healthy, is an all pro level lineman, right?
When healthy,
yes. So I'm saying I would bring AVT back. I would also make a signing or in the interior line, right? Say, I mean, we're not going to get Linderbaum, but I would love to get Linderbaum. But say we got Linderbaum, right?
Are you resigning Simpson?
No, I'd let Simpson walk. So
you're moving Tippmann over to the left side.
No, I'd keep. Well, AVT can play left or right. It doesn't matter. It's I can put AVT to the left.
Okay.
Right, because we know AVT started left guard, and then we only moved him to the right because we got Lakin, right, or is it Simpson? And so I would get AVT. So I'd keep AVT. I would ideally bring in Linderbaum, right? Oh my gosh, we have a lot of money, Random Man. What do you do? That's not unrealistic.
Because we have a lot of money, does mean you spend haphazardly.
No, that's not haphazardly.
Yes, it is. When you say I don't care about the cap, it's haphazardly. $26 million to
I never.
money.
I saw. Well, why are you? Yeah, this is crazy.
This is what you said.
No. That is
what did he
not
say?
what
He goes, give Breece the 1 year tag. I don't care. That's $14 million. I don't care.
I said I don't care about what you do with Breece. I just
that's
said
$14 million. And then I said, how much you give?
You can tag him. It's going to cost you 14.5.
Yes, but Breece 1 year
and you don't care. You said
Breece 1 year on the tag. Honestly, if you are an NFL team with nearly $100 million in cap and you can't fit tagging one guy for $14 million, you shouldn't be an NFL team.
But so then it just means just because you have it, you spend it stupidly.
Who said spend it stupidly? Why is that spending it?
You can make an argument because you're overpaying him for a running back.
Why?
Because you just say, okay, I don't care.
It's 1 year on the tag.
Yeah, but why tag him? If you don't agree with the money, you're tagging him. Oh, well, it's the price of doing business.
Walk him. First of all, it's not even about the money. To me, it's less about the money and more about the player, right? That's my concern in terms of tagging Breece. If Breece never acted like an asshole at the free agency deadline, at the trade deadline, I would have said tag him. Who cares?
So then, your point is let him walk. Then should be your point.
Are you listening to what I'm saying, Tyson, or are you just pushing your thing?
I'm just saying.
No.
You have concerns about the locker room. Is what he does in the locker room?
That was the only concern.
That's a big concern. No, if you worry about culture and developing a young team.
My point. Why are we relitigating this? I already told you what I felt about that, and I explained what I thought about that. I'm talking about the line now.
We're relitigating because you're allocating $14 million to an unhappy player.
You're twisting all my words.
I'm not twisting anything.
Yes, you are.
I'm just trying to account for the $26 million of money you're just throwing around for no reason.
The $26 million of money.
It's 14 for Breece and 12 for AVT.
Okay.
And another 18 for Linderbaum.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Free agency's over. Can't fill the roster now.
That depends on how you structure the contract.
So what are you gonna do a quarterback then?
26. That's $44 million.
Structure the contract just because you gave him 18 doesn't mean the 18's all hitting right now. Come on, you're the cap guy. You know that's true.
This is some gangrene Steve-O right here. You're making Steve proud right now. Steve is like, that's my guy.
I'm not waffling at all. Am I high? No. I don't understand. I don't
understand.
No, because I truly don't understand, because I don't see, for example, right? You threw out the number 12 million. I said, fine. That doesn't mean that I'm bringing him back at 12 million. I said, I want a 1 year prove it deal.
So, okay. So what is a 1 year? You're going to give him 1 year, $3 million?
I don't study the guard market. You tell me what a 1 year prove it deal, and I'll tell you that's fine by me.
We all know the same thing about the NFL. How much are you going to pay a guard that's going to want to start?
I don't fucking know. That's what I said. I told you 3 times. I don't have the guard market on tap.
Let's say 10 million. Let's say 10 million.
Okay, 10 million. Give him some incentives for playing in games and being healthy and getting.
But he didn't play any games last year. Why you give him say he didn't play anything?
That's why you giving him an incentive-laden deal.
Give him just to play.
Tyson, see now I know you're just trolling me because
you're saying he didn't play any games last year. 2 of his 5 seasons, he played a full season. That means 3 he didn't play a full season.
So then wouldn't an incentive-laden deal upon playing games make sense? Because if he's hurt again, then you save money.
My incentive-laden deal is not 1 year, $10 million, then figure out another $8 million in incentives. Mine's like 1 year, $5 million.
I didn't say base 10 million.
Didn't you say
10 million? Threw out the number.
You agreed with him. You agreed with it though.
God. This is what I'm saying. You're like nitpicking arguments against the main crux of what I'm saying.
You're the one who wants to go to law school. I'm just trying to get my friggin' numbers around here.
No. See, you're focusing on the wrong things. My thing
I'm
is
focusing on the wrong things. Is the salary cap not important?
Because I'm trying
to build a team here.
You're not trying to build a team here, Darren.
No,
Moody's
you're not.
building a team.
You're freaking Madden mode over there. You're fantasy land.
Stop. Time out. You're saying I'm mad and fancy playing. I'm not saying go trade for AJ Brown and then bring in Tyreek Hill and then go get Joe Burrow and then sign all the best players. I'm not saying that. I said AVT and a free agent lineman signing. I that's all I said. And the reason I like that is because I still don't think that Myers is a top player, to be honest. And so that would have us move Myers back to a backup position, and he has the versatility to fill in on any of the interior roles, and then our line is set. I think that would be a fine offensive line heading into next season. Do you disagree, or are you focused on the money more than the players?
The money is a big factor because you got to get this. The Jets aren't one player away. You got to get a bunch of different players here.
We can. There was nothing stopping.
But see, the thing is, the whole prove it deal is a lot of incentives, not the base salary is not a lot.
I didn't tell. See, Afram, do you hear what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Tyson,
what would you?
Is just getting riled up.
No, but I'm saying that I said let's start off at 10. Let's just say 10.
Nope.
Okay, that's fine. What would you do? Would you do a 7 and then up to 10?
Mine's down incentives? There. Absolutely. I'm down in that 5, 6, 7 and say, listen, you can give him per game incentives. You can give him all kinds of stuff. But you can't count on to be a starting guy for the next 5 years. You just can't. You can't pay him like that.
See,
because we have cap space, I'm not going to spend it just.
I'm going to challenge you on that because I think you're the one being unrealistic. If you think
that I'm not. Dude, it is what it is. The guy didn't play last year.
I think if AVT walks, right, and he gets a 1-year prove-it deal with a good team, he's still going to be making more than $5 million a year.
We'll see.
I mean, well, I don't know. He might not even.
Maybe we get 7 or 8 with a. This exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Same thing. 7 or 8 with a ton of incentives. Fine.
That's fine. That's not.
You can't give a guy.
If you threw that at me, I would have said I'm fine with that. I don't know why you're acting like I'm trying to say, man, let's lock up.
You started at 12.
4-year deal. I did not start him at 12.
Afram said 12. You said fine.
No, you were the first person to say 12.
He said 12 too. You said okay.
No, all I did was agree with you. It's like you're setting me up. You set me up. You threw out 12, and then I said, okay, 12. What did my bad. I was supposed to say, no, not 12. I wanted
because
8.
If you're going to have a conversation, you have to have a price in your head that, you know what? I don't want to pay a guy that didn't play last year $12 million.
No, just because I know I'd like to bring a guy back doesn't mean I need to have a price in my head. I'm not I didn't present myself as the cap guy.
It's not a cap guy. It's just a matter of thinking we have a certain amount of cap space. How can we get the most players in here that are going to be good players?
I understand that, but that I don't think. First of all, you're saying this stuff as if giving him that money stops you from making other moves in free agency, right? Any deal you're doing.
Is your name Mike McCagnon now? What are we doing here now?
What do you mean,
this
Mike
is ridiculous.
Every GM pushes money back.
His name is Javid Douglas going forward.
Every GM in the whole NFL structures contracts like that. Every GM in the entire league does that. I don't understand why I should be worrying about, man, how much money they're giving to this guy and that guy. I'm just giving you my opinion on who they should keep or who they should move on from.
Yeah, and then you'll be the same guy they'll call him like, man, I can't believe the Jets can't afford nobody. They had no cap space. No shit, you just gave out 5 bad contracts.
Whoa, I am saying I'm the fan, right? I'm telling you which players I'm interested in you keeping. I'm not here to tell you to give the same player $50 million or something like that. Right? When it came to the Sauce conversation and the Garrett Wilson conversation, I last year said I want to extend them. I didn't say I'd want them to be making them the highest paid in the entire league. Okay. So that's a fair line. I didn't have to give you a number to tell you what it is, to tell you I know that I want the player on the team, but I also don't want the player on an exorbitant amount of money.
I feel like the judge on the Zoom trial.
I know that, random man. Do you know that? Do you know that? You and Tyson are both just jumping on me, talking about.
I'm not jumping on you. We're having a conversation. We're trying to figure out how to develop this team.
You're attacking me. You're not conversing with me.
Well, if you're going to give me answers I don't agree with, so I say, okay, that makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to me.
What kind of setup question is that? You threw out $12 million. I just
said threw $12 million out.
No, Tyson, you were the first person to say $12 million.
He gave me that number though.
Okay.
Blame it on me. Blame it on me at this point.
Either way, $12 million came out, right? I said,
and you said okay.
Okay, but I also admitted, I admitted after that I don't know the guard market numbers. I gave you. I admitted that truth. Right?
You're trying to say the guard market numbers. 12 million is still 12 million no matter how you look at it.
Hold on. I think his point is he wants to bring him back. Period.
Well, no shit. I can say the same thing. I want to bring everybody back.
Yeah, but you have.
But at what price?
Well, I think he just says whatever the going.
We're not one player away. We need a lot of pieces to the puzzle here.
Yeah.
I think in a way you're being less realistic because you have to pay the market. You have to pay around what the price is. If 12 million is around market price.
So what's the market for a guy that didn't play last year and's got a history of injuries?
More than that, because he's a good player.
Based on the 2 years that he did play or the 5?
Yeah, all right, give me one second.
We can go through it. He's played 5 seasons. Only
no, I'm not talking about his injury. I'm not talking about his injury.
Do you extend Tippmann before you do that? No, seriously. Do you extend Tippmann? Because he wants to be. No, but he wants to get extended now. He wants to stay.
I would. Why not?
Yeah.
He's versatile. He can play safety. He can play guard. He stayed healthy. He's not going to cost you a lot.
I would try and keep Tippmann. I think so. I think. Well, I'm not going to give you a number. Are you serious?
See what you started at from? See what you started?
Yeah. Well,
no, Douglas disciple. Wasn't I super critical?
Oh, you take these comments too hard. Don't.
I mean,
You've been watching this channel too long to take these comments to heart.
No, I can't believe Sam Darnold's doing that. That's so crazy.
That's okay.
3 million for AVT? I don't know.
See now he's so distracted.
That's too low.
See now he's so distracted because the argument's going in the wrong direction. He's reading the chat comments.
I still don't feel like T Tyson, you're too good at this, honestly. You're too
I'm too good at what? Trying to build a team?
No. Come on now. Let's slow it down a bit. No, I mean you know what to do. You rile the chat up. You get me riled up. See, I'm the scheme guy. Let me scheme. I'm not here for this cap numbers. It's
a basic football conversation. Every fan you say, we could ask the chat right now. Ask the chat, what do you want to pay AVT? They're gonna say, 1 year, 10 million, they're all gonna have numbers. And you're gonna be like, I don't care about that. I just want him back.
You do realize most times someone calls in this chat, I would say over the past 5+ years I've been watching, right? Most of the time someone calls in with a number, you just tear it to shreds. No, that's not true. Yes.
A prove it deal isn't 1 year, 12 million. So that's not prove it.
Why are you harping?
Because that's just a fact.
I would keep him. Whether you get the 12 million off of incentives, heavy incentives, whatever it is, I would keep him. Let's just stop it at that. I think AVT is a quality player. I would keep him.
So if we hear tomorrow the Jets give him 3 years, 45 million, you're cool with that?
I would be very scared by that.
Why?
Because
he's staying.
That's a strong investment. I would be, but I think this, right? 3 years, 45. If AVT's healthy over those 3 years, that's a bargain.
Okay. And if he's not, if he goes by what
that is precisely the issue with a player like AVT.
I can't give him 3 years.
I'm not saying I would do that. I'm just saying I wouldn't be very pleased with if I saw that deal come out tomorrow. I admit that. But I'm saying AVT is a player.
What about 3 years, 36 million?
Well, that would be the going rate then.
If AVT is a player where if he turns it around health wise, we'll wish we had him on our team because he is. If you have a baseline of you have Olu, you have AVT, you have Membu, you have Tippmann, all healthy, that's a top offensive line. I forget who the fifth player is. You plug someone in. That's a top offensive line. It just is, and that's something the Jets haven't had in a long time.
So you're gonna worry about how he plays elsewhere?
I'm not. Did I say that?
I don't care.
Maybe we should do that more often because like I said, sometimes we end up making moves and it's not worth it. We're one of the teams in the league that look around the most at our former players, and it's like, man, that guy's doing well.
We don't do it that often.
Would you let him test the market and say, come back to us based on what you offered? Give us a chance to match. I
don't think he's going to come back, but if you want to, sure. It depends on what he wants, right? because if you're not going to tag AVT, obviously, then he's well within his rights to test the market, and that's just the way it is. So I think we might be in a position where if we don't actually pay, I mean, thank you for asking that. Actually, now I think about it, we might be in a position where if we don't pay AVT before free agency opens, he might just be a goner.
So basically, you gave him his answer, Afram. Good job.
I didn't give him my answer. See, you see what I'm talking. You can't deny it. That wasn't conversationally. That was just throwing a shot.
What are you talking about? No, he asked you a good question. Like, that's a really good point. So he gave you your answer.
You can give Afram props without kicking me.
Kicking you. Wow.
I'll kick anybody.
I feel like Tyson's a GOAT. You know.
Oh wait, hold on. Javed, have yourself a good night, man. It was good talking to you.
You have yourself a great night.
Be good, Jeff.
Why'd you put me in that situation? You made me do all this.
Yeah, you love doing that.
I
You
don't
love
love doing any of this.
You love doing that.
Before this show started, I'm like, it'll be an hour show. There's nothing to talk about. And here you go. You have me on arguing for 20 minutes with this guy.
You want to win your argument.
I was trying to have a good football conversation.
No, it was good. It was good. He just wants him back. Whatever you pay.
There's a price for everything. Afram started it. Afram gave him the number.
I'll take responsibility. I have no problem with that. It won't be the first time.
This is what happens when you come on. There's always when Bubs
Where's
is on.
V-Man? Is V-Man on?
No. When Bubs is on, we have no drama. Whenever you come on here, it's always a problem.
You create the problem, not me.
I have no problems with Bubs. Our show's normal.
Well, Bob stays there quietly too. He likes it.
He's been tough the last couple of weeks. He's been angry.
Well, he sees that coupon he got really riled him up for the $5 off of the chicken tenders.
All right, so today is what? February 16th. What's your prediction? Do the Jets tag him or not?
I think they transition tag him.
I think so too. And I think he walks. I think he's going to get a great offer from Jets. Like, we can't afford to match it. And then he's out of here.
But we tried.
Yeah, we tried.
That's it. We tried.
We want to keep our good young players, but that's it went past our budgetary means. And we're going to go a different direction.
Yeah, we have too many, we have to devote to a lot of players, a lot of signings. Yeah.
See how he says goated? Get it? Goat? Get it? Get it. Well, thank you guys for dealing with all this chaos. We're trying to obviously fill time during a very quiet part of the offseason. But as news picks up, when you have the combine, Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji meet the press, meet the media on this weekend, which will be interesting. I'm sure that'll be 10 minutes of just – can you imagine Aaron Glenn trying to explain his coaching hire process? He can't explain it. There's absolutely no way. He'd be like – he can't even say – like, they're just going to ask him, when did you decide to do the play calling yourself? Just the first question you got to ask. He's going to bungle that and then
maybe they'll prep him.
That's not going to matter. It won't matter. He's going to get eaten alive by the media. There's no way you can explain what they've done for the last 3 weeks. It's impossible.
No. Well, they'll come up with something.
The latest on Derek Carr, he's not coming here. He wants to go to a team with the best chance to go to the Super Bowl. So
yeah. And you don't know what you're getting with Carr either. No one knows. He's been out for a year. We don't know if he's even healthy. Okay, he acts as if he's done. He's achieved great accolades and doing. He's got the most passing yards and everything. He hasn't done anything.
Oh, I promise. I guarantee you. I promise. When they do their press conferences, there will be a video up 5 minutes later. I'm reacting to that as soon as I watch it. I promise. And I work from home on Friday too. Look out. Oof.
Oh, it is Friday?
I believe it's because it's either Friday or Saturday, isn't it?
Do they interview them together?
I think it's separate.
Or they don't have it like a podium?
What they sit at the table? At the owner, is that the owner's meeting? What they sit at the table? I think it's separately.
Yeah, I would think they would try to do it together. This way they just
so they can keep their lives together.
Well, this way Muji can
shut up.
Or just come in to I'll take this question type of thing.
If they have it, I don't think is it live? I forget.
I don't know. I really don't know that. You don't even know what time it's going to be.
They announce it. It gets all released because it's all scheduled. Like they'll have the coach schedule, and you'll see, and the reporters all just surround them and stuff. So, but thank you guys for joining us. I don't know how the hell this show is an hour and 45 minutes. It was supposed to be an hour.
It's okay.
So
we talked about some good points.
Yes, we talked about a lot of bad
We're all
ones.
anxious about what's going to happen. Regardless that it's who's running the club. We just want to see this team succeed and do it.
Something like that.
Regardless, we still root for this team. Listen, let's be honest. We still, no matter what, we're still going to root for this team.
And we're still going to suck.
Yeah, but it's our team.
That's right. This is our punishment. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Java, for being a good sport, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Take care, guys.
J-E-T-S,